Hello to everyone. My name is NC Lightworker and welcome to the Black Off Grid YouTube channel. This video is part of the Real Talk video series where we are going to discuss issues as it relates to homesteading, prepping, and self-reliance before, during, and after a catastrophic event. I have a second YouTube channel under the name of NC Lightworker that will give you insight into my personal views and outlook regarding the future. I do not respond to questions, comments, or emails because as a lightworker, I am only here to present the information. The purpose of this video is to create an open forum for like-minded people. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to post your location in the intro video to this channel. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get started. There are many videos on YouTube regarding the events surrounding the upcoming SHTF. However, the truth of the matter is that no one knows when SHTF is going to happen or what will be the cause of it. In my opinion, I think SHTF will be in the form of a global economic collapse. The best way to prepare for SHTF is to think in terms of worst case scenario and in terms of cause and effect. The purpose of the videos in the Real Talk segment is not to incite fear. It's all about increasing awareness because once you know what to prepare for and how to prepare, then you will have absolutely nothing to fear. As always on the Black Off Grid channel, we're going to play with a scenario. The scenario is that the power grid is down nationwide. No electricity and no internet. Cause and effect. No electricity equals no movement. Food and other resources can no longer be shipped into the country and transported into the cities. After a few days, all of the stores in the cities have been looted. In this hypothetical SHTF scenario, famine will not be the initial cause of death in America. The initial cause of death will be due to violence and disease. With that being said, let's look at some statistics. There are over 6,200 hospitals in America that employ over 6.7 million people. It is unknown as to, on average, how many patients that are either bedridden or on life support. According to the Center for Disease Control, there are approximately 15,600 nursing homes in the United States. No electricity and no food. America will cease to function because no one will be going to work. This includes law enforcement and medical personnel. Everyone will be in survival mode. Remember, without electricity and food, the state and federal governments can no longer keep people in their custody. As of 2019, there are over 600,000 people incarcerated in local jails, over 1.3 million in state prisons, approximately 221,000 in federal prisons, and approximately 46,000 in juvenile detention. Out of the over 400,000 children that are in foster care, approximately 56,000 of them lived in supervised group homes. All of these people are going to be left to fend for themselves. Difficult times tends to bring out the best and worst of humanity. No food, no electricity, and no movement. In this hypothetical SHTF, 1 in 6 Americans will no longer have access to antidepressants and other psychiatric medications. 1 in 10 Americans over the age of 12 will no longer be able to consume alcohol or drugs. According to the Center for Disease Control, over 34 million adults will no longer be able to smoke. As mentioned in the video titled, The Upcoming SHTF, How Will They Cope? Over 220 million smartphone users will have to adjust to living without the escapism that is provided by the internet. Self-reliance is the act of taking full responsibility as it relates to food, water, shelter, self-defense, defense of property, medical, and hygiene. All of these elements are essential to survival. Remember, in this video, we are thinking in terms of worst-case scenario, which is the type of SHTF where life as you know it will cease to exist. If you are a prepper that lives in or near a city, you will not survive. There is a big difference between being a prepper and being self-reliant. Most preppers are not self-reliant because their survival is dependent on something outside of themselves. Once the food and ammo runs out, you will not have the option of simply going back to the store to buy more. If you are a prepper that lives in or near a city, you will not survive because you will be greatly outnumbered. Even if you grow your own food, you will not be able to fend off your food supply from your neighbors and the city dwellers that will eventually migrate into rural areas and search for food and other resources. The title of this video states that in a global SHTF, Americans will be the first to die. As it relates to food, America is not self-reliant. The majority of the food that we consume comes from other countries. Now, since most of the people watching this video are preppers or either aspiring homesteaders, I want you to do something. I want you to do an inventory of your current food supply to determine how much of your food is a product of the United States. FYI, it does not count if the label indicates the item was either packed or distributed in the United States. Also, if the item does not indicate where the product is from, then it will be safe to assume that it is from an unknown foreign source. Rice is an item that will be highly sought after during our hypothetical SHTF scenario. So out of curiosity, I went to everybody's favorite big box store and did an inventory, and here is what I found. Out of the total 146 rice products, only 22 items were products of the United States. Out of the 146 rice products, 99 items, which equals to 69% of the total inventory, are from unknown foreign sources. During a major SHTF situation, in my opinion, the only people that have a chance at survival will be the self-reliant prepper that lives in a very remote community, far away from the violence and disease, and
As mentioned in the video titled The Upcoming SHTF, Going Underground, the less than 1 million people that will be waiting for things to quote-unquote die down before they resurface from their underground silos. As a prepper, it is imperative that you assess your prepping efforts and be realistic. This is exactly what I did in the video titled Homesteading as a Single Woman, Identifying Threats. I came to the unfortunate conclusion that my odds of surviving a worst-case scenario are slim to none. Since it is now painfully obvious that I will not be able to survive in America, I figure that maybe, just maybe, it is time to go home. As mentioned in several videos, it is imperative that you do the research before you make any moves. Therefore, I will be taking a hiatus from the Black Off Grid channel. This hiatus will allow me time to plan the direction of the channel and to figure out how I will be able to make my transition back to Africa. By the way, be sure to check out this book by Maya Angelou. But in the meantime, God bless and good luck to you on your journey.
The Homestead Research Guide, What You Need to Know Before Buying Land, is now available. The price of the book includes everything: taxes, shipping, the whole shebang, and the proceeds from the book will allow me to continue to make more videos for the Black Off Grid channel. Thank you in advance for your support.